Buenas tardes. It's time for another wee bimble around some of the back roads here in the area of San Javier in Murcia province. Don't quite know where I'm headed. That's the beauty of living here and not being under any time pressures. I can pretty much just go where I want, when I want. So I'm just going to hit the road, record some stuff on the way and see if we can make an interesting little video for you. So we'll see you all on the other side. So just coming up out of Los Alcázares, heading up into the hills and the back roads. There's a couple along here on the right. You'll see Roda Golf and Beach Resort. It's one of the golf resorts, one of the many golf resorts here in Murcia. I think there's 28, somebody had said. This one is better than most in that it's within walking distance of a good size town. We will do I'll probably do a walk round video of that one day for one of the other playlists that I do of in and around Spain. So just coming up through Roda Village, nice little village, great little community here, a good community bar, a great mix of nationalities. Just avoid the speed dump here. A really good little supermarket, local supermarket, has a good range of stuff for sale in there. Both Spanish stuff and they sort of specialise in quite a few British things as well now. They cater for the UK people who live here. So yeah, great mix of nationalities. You know, Spanish people, Dutch people, well, a couple of French, not that many French around to be honest. And there's quite a few Swedish and people from sort of around the Netherlands area live here as well. So it's a good little multinational community to live. So my plan today is to just cut up through some of the small towns and villages that are only just a few miles from where we live. I'll try and name them as we go, but apologies if I get them wrong. I can always correct it later with some titles. So as you leave Roda Village, you leave San Javier province, you come into the next little province, which is Torre Pacheco. Now it's quite a big area, Torre Pacheco, and encompasses quite a few towns. But this little town that we're going to be going through first of all is Dolores de Pacheco. Not much in it to be honest. A couple of little bars and restaurants, little local supermarket. Reasonable number of people living here. There's quite a lot of houses. It's deceiving when you look down the back streets and side streets as you ride along. There's a lot of houses here. But given that it's so close to Los Alcázares and all the major sort of supermarkets, it's no surprise that it's never really been developed that well. This little cafe on the right is a proper traditional look Spanish cafe. Everything in Spanish, only Spanish people, and they only serve Spanish food, which is great. And on the left is it looks like a garage door, but it's actually a wine bodega, and they sell a huge selection of Spanish wines from the area and surrounding areas, and there's always bargains to be had. So as I ride along here, I know it doesn't come out that well on the camera, but there are just people sitting outside enjoying the weather. It's now the 2nd of February. It's It's probably around 1 o'clock. I never really checked actually when I was coming out, and the temperature's now around 16 degrees, and we're expecting it to get up to 18 or 19 today because the skies are clear and there's no low pressure areas that are going to give us any colder weather or wind. We did have a bit of wind and rain last night, but not much. So little no overtaking sign there, so we'll just bide our time here, and then when the road opens up a bit we'll go past this Mercedes. So here we go. So all clear, let's go. Yeah, so I'm keen to see how this new microphone performs. I tried it for the first time last week, but I lost the little shock that went on the end. So there was quite a lot of noise, wind noise and interference going through. So I'm hoping that it's better now. Really struggled to get a decent microphone that works for when I'm out on the bike, without spending a fortune, of course. So the roads here, this is fairly typical of probably the equivalent of an A road back in the UK. The road surface is good, no real potholes to talk about, no real dodgy bends, well signposted. And one of the best things about the roads here is they are really, really quiet. It's very rare that you come out and get a lot of traffic. So Spain's it's a massive country with a great road infrastructure. And obviously, because it's so big, the population is well spread out. So you rarely get anything that really constitute busy traffic. Very, very seldom I come across that. Just keep an eye on this guy here, make sure there are no sudden moves, it's fine. Now I'm going to cut left here, up through Tercia. So I'm going to try and capture some of the local villages and stuff as we go around, so that we've actually got something to look at and something to talk about. So both sides of the field here, the road here, sorry, there is just orange groves everywhere you look. There are oranges grown here, lemons, limes. So you'll see that once we get out of the towns and villages, there's very little outside of these hubs where communities are built up. It's just barren landscape and land that the farmers have obviously taken over. So just sign there saying we're coming into Murcia province, so we must have unknowingly dipped into Alicante province without seeing a sign. Yeah, so this is the vast majority of the land here is all farmland, and when you consider that they get precious little rain, it's really surprising that they manage to grow the level of crops that they do. But they've got fantastic irrigation systems all set up, with lots of sprinklers around, and the farms all have their own reservoirs that they've built, some 4 or 5 reservoirs that they built, so that they've always got a supply of water to keep their crops healthy and growing. So I suppose when it's your livelihood, you have to do whatever you can and to make sure that you can earn a living. So this little road I'm on now is the equivalent of a B road. So you can see that there's no road markings in the centre, no real edge into it. It just sort of blends into the terrain at the sides, and all you've got is little marker roads or markers at the edge to show you the edge of the road. So at night time this would be completely pitch black because we're out in the middle of the countryside and there's no natural light at all. We'll cut through this little town, Avileses, or Avileses probably. So haven't been here before. Just another little town that pops up, and very very quickly you'll see that they have restaurants and bars, little supermarket. Now there's a sign up there saying La Tercia, and that's one of the big golf resorts, so I'm actually going to go right because the sign's telling me to go right for Scenic, so we'll go that way. We'll just see where we end up.